But first, here tonight at 5:30, 6 years in prison for a Clark County man now with 14 drunk driving convictions. Good evening, I'm Mark Allen.
And I'm Kitty Houston. The maximum sentence was 10 years, but that wasn't given. So in our top story at 5:30, Rob Sneed is asking the judge why.
It is glaringly obvious that William does have a significant alcohol problem. He'll drink himself to death.
That's what William Newman's lawyer had to say to Judge Richard O'Neill before the judge sentenced Newman to 6 years in prison, suspending his license for 25 years and ordering Newman to pay a $1,350 fine.
We definitely seem to have a problem here, especially compared to the size and demographics of our county comparative to Montgomery County or something of that nature.
Newman faced a maximum of 10 years in prison, and Clark County Assistant Prosecutor Lisa Fannin would have preferred to see that happen.
I feel like Mr. Newman could have definitely received maybe a little harsher penalty, but since he was sentenced the last time to 2.5 years, I think this is definitely a message, one, to people of Clark County that we're not going to stand for drinking and driving.
Authorities arrested Newman back in February after he caused a 3-car accident while driving drunk on Ridgewood Road in Northridge. That was his third OVI arrest in 6 months and his 14th conviction overall. Newman hasn't had a license since 1984, and once he gets out of jail, Fannin expects more convictions.
To be honest with you, treatment programs don't seem to help a lot of the times. Prison keeps them off the roads, keeps them from drinking.
So I wanted to know, how does someone with 14 OVI convictions get a 6-year prison sentence? Fannin tells me a felony OVI carries a maximum 5-year prison sentence. Newman got 4 years. In Newman's case, because he had 5 or more OVIs within a 20-year span, he could have faced an additional maximum of 5 years in prison. Judge O'Neill gave Newman only 2 years out of the 5 possible additional years, which came to a total of 6 years in prison instead of 10. I called Judge O'Neill and asked him why he only gave Newman 2 years out of a possible 5 years. I got his voicemail.
And again, Newman was sentenced to 6 years in prison. Reporting in Clark County, Rob Sneed, 2 News, working for you.
And 2 News Investigates dug a little deeper into Newman's past. We found Newman was at Madison Correctional Facility for more than 2 years. He was released in May 2012. The Department of Rehabilitation and Correction said Newman served his entire sentence and was not subject to any parole supervision after he was released from prison. Well, 2 News Investigates also asked if he received any alcohol or drug treatment while incarcerated, and though he was determined to need that kind of help, he did not participate in any kinds of programs like that. A correction spokesperson tells us they're still looking into exactly why that was.